We begin with breaking news that the Kurdistan Workers Party, known as the PKK, has announced its decision to disband and disarm. So the announcement ends decades of armed struggle between the armed group and Turkiye. More on this breaking news story. We'll bring in our correspondent, Sinem Koseoglu, joining us on the line from Istanbul. Sinem, tell us more about this decision and whether this was expected.
Well, Doreen, a couple of months ago, Turkish nationalist leader, the biggest ally of the current ruling AK Party government, announced during his parliamentary group session that the PKK should lay down arms and a new peace process should be launched. And following that, we heard positive messages coming from the pro-Kurdish party, along with the jailed PKK leader Abdullah Ocalan. And 2 days ago, the PKK administration announced that last week they held their 12th Congress, because the PKK belongs to an umbrella organization that is called KCK. They said we will be announcing our decision. And just half an hour ago, the organization announced from its own affiliated media that the PKK is disarming itself and dissolving the group. So no longer PKK will be functioning under the name of PKK, and they believe, the organization believes, that the situation, the conditions in Turkey has improved, and there is no need for any more armed struggle against the Turkish government and military anymore. This is a message that has been long awaited by the Turkish authorities, because the Turkish intelligence has been conducting indirect talks with the group. And also President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has been saying for the last couple of days that good messages are going to come through. We're expecting good messages. This means an end to decades-long conflict between this not state actor and the Turkish state. And many people believe that there will be no more mothers crying for their children, either who have been fighting on the ranks of the Turkish military or on the ranks of the Kurdish fighter group PKK. But of course, there are many questions lying ahead. How this process is going to unfold in the coming days, because there are going to be some phases, how they are going to lay down arms, who's going to take the arms from them, who's going to collect them, because those arms are necessary to figure out in which attacks they have been used. Also, another issue is the relations with the PYD in Syria, the Syrian Kurdish group, and the YPG, because for Turkiye, PYD and YPG is just the Syria affiliation of the PKK that has been designated as a terrorist organization. How the relations with Syrian Kurdish group is going to unfold is another mark. Right. But I must underline that there is a huge also U.S. support, moral support for this new peace process that is launched and that is today officially in progress.
So, Sinem, have we heard anything from the Turkish government, Erdogan himself, this hour?
Since the organization, the PKK, just announced this officially, they just announced the decision of their 12th Congress, we haven't heard from the authorities yet, but we are expecting a strong positive reactions coming from the ruling AK Party side, along with the Nationalist Party that has been the government's strongest ally since the failed coup attempt in 2017. This is 2016, I'm sorry. So we are expecting strong reaction, but of course there is a minor, very strong nationalist faction inside Turkey that has been against it. But this time, what is different in this new Kurdish resolution process is the main opposition support there, because in the previous one that has been held in early 2010, the main opposition Republican Party, or as we call it, CHP, was totally against this, along with the Nationalist Party, the MHP. But now the new process has the full support, and this is also seen as an important step for the ruling AK Party, that is trying to prepare for a new election in 2028 to gain the Kurdish support in the coming up elections as well.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.